Well, it looks like garbage, but it's in there and it's not cracked. I did actually come back and grind some out and re-weld some of it, and man, it just looks like garbage. But I suppose that air chisel with the punch in there, peening it, probably does kind of make it look like crap. But so I'm gonna grind this down now, and then I'm gonna clean it up and slather it with JB Weld. But problem is, it's like 28 degrees out. I hope the JB Weld sticks, but it is gonna get sandwiched in here. I'm gonna try to make this completely flat right here. I mean, I'll put the JB Weld thick in here, and then I'll come back in a couple days after hopefully it's cured, and probably won't grind it, but maybe I'll file it, scrape it down flat, see if I can get that to be flat again. I'm not too concerned with this leaking up here, but I'm gonna cover all this, and then I'm gonna paint it with that engine paint that I've got. So I'm gonna start grinding on this right now. I'll get back in a little bit. Well, it's not as full, filled in as I hoped, but I mean, that was a pretty deep groove, so I'm pretty sure it's filled in enough. You can see the edge where that groove was around here, but so all this is weld right here. So I'm gonna wire wheel this, and I'm gonna hose it down with ether or starting fluid, since it's not all that much ether anymore these days. But I'm gonna slather some JB Weld on there. Well, there it is. Tried to build it up higher than the surface so I can file it back down. Same thing up here, although it's not really necessary. I'm not going to file this back down. That is pretty much what it's going to be like right there. And if I need to, I can drill that hole back out. But well, since it's super cold, I've got this little space heater going on here. I'll probably leave this on here all night on low. Give it a chance at least of curing. I'm trying to heat it like from the bottom up, so I'm not just drying JB Weld and heating it up. So I'm heating the metal up, so the JB Weld actually wants to adhere to it. So I guess I will come back at you in a couple days, let you know how it went. Good old Rust-Oleum to the rescue. So just flap disc this down a ways, hopefully not too far. Then I'm going to file it so it's totally flat. Okay, so I filed it flat, and I guess I did get in a little too deep with the flap disc right here, but it's just below the surface. But the bulk of this is actually still just a hair proud. So anyways, I mean, there's gonna be a whole big thick bead of RTV through here, so hopefully these little divots won't matter. But there's a solid connection all the way across right here, and it really only takes one barrier to hold it back. And like I said, the rest of this will get filled in with RTV. So hopefully between the weld, the JB Weld, and the paint, I won't have any more leaks. So I am going to take this to the car wash now and clean it all out. Like I said, car wash has hot soapy water. I don't. I have cold water, and that's probably not going to do much. Well, that still left a bunch of garbage down in there. That's not cool. Whatever. The rest of it's clean. Okay, it's out of the truck. You can see I did get it pretty warm, I guess. So, I will be swapping the vent and the dipstick from that guy, and I also might swap out these pins because those are greasable. So now I need to, well, I threw a little paint on the underside of areas, which of course you can't see, but now I'm gonna try and blow this all out and get all that gunk that was sitting in there from the trip back from the car wash. And then I need to clean the pan off and start reassembling. Ooh, it's so shiny. Oh, now I need to clean it with ether, get it really clean, and then glue it down and set that on there. Right? Yep. But looks a lot better than it was. Chasing all these holes out. I like to make sure that they're clean. I don't have this bit or this tap super tight, so it won't break off in there, hopefully. Kind of slips at the end there. Well, there you go. They're all chased. Now I'm gonna blow them out and clean this thing up some more. Okay. I'm going to attempt to put that thing on that thing. Hope it seals. Man, I use ether or starting fluid, whatever, for cleaning surfaces. Works great. Pretty much leaves no residue behind, which is the best part. And it just evaporates away. It just goes away after a while. Plus, it makes me sleepy. What do you guys use to clean your gaskets? Just curious. Everybody has something different. Some people use brake clean. I used to use brake clean a lot. I heard Jay Pater talk about ether, and I had used ether before when I was in a pinch, but then he said that he uses it all the time, and so I've started using it, and yeah, man, it works great, because I'm gonna have ether around anyways, right? I mean, I use it for starting all kinds of other stuff, so might as well use it for this too. Only get one can that way, right? Oh boy, if only you could see where you're sitting right now in order to get this shot. I didn't bring any of my other cameras out, so I've got my phone propped on a glove, propped on a can, sitting on a ladder. Well, before the There's where you were precariously perched. Well, let me turn down the radio. I don't want to get a copyright. Yeah, okay. So, it's in there. I've just got a couple bolts. The dowel pin, like the one dowel pin is here. The other one is on that corner back there. And so I put a couple long bolts in there to help guide it down, plus the crow's foot to center it. And I still have quite a bit of tension on this, and I'm gonna leave it because it's down everywhere. You can see the RTVs squozen out most everywhere, and you know, they want you to let it set up, you know, for however long before you actually clamp it down, so that it can somewhat cure and actually turn into kind of a gasket. And okay, that's cool with me. I'll let it set up for 3 days, because I am headed over to work on that dually that the rear end exploded on right after this. And tomorrow after work, I gotta head back to Southwest Iowa to help with a farm auction that my dad's doing. So this is pretty much it for today. So, will it leak? I don't know. We'll find out together. I'll set up the camera after I get it all bolted together. We'll set up the camera and start filling it. Probably warm up the fluid a little bit so it, you know, we can see it, so that it'll move faster. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it'll work? Let me know. We'll take guesses. Either where is it gonna leak, how fast is it gonna leak, or will it leak at all, or is my RTV gonna leak, or since I'm not replacing the O-rings on the valves, are those gonna leak? Which I've had them off once before and they didn't leak. But where do you think it's gonna leak? Because I'm pretty sure it's gonna leak somewhere. I don't hardly ever put anything together that doesn't leak. If I do that, I'll probably just be worried that I didn't fill it full of fluid. Like a Detroit, you know, if there's no oil under it, there's no oil in it. Well, let me know. We'll play a guessing game here. So I guess there'll be a part 3 coming up. Thanks for watching.